Hey guys, it's Rachel from Moments to Milestones. We are here with a new 3-card class kit featuring the Umbrella Bloom die from Spellbinders, and we're going to create 3 cards today. Some Thinking of You cards. If you buy the kit, it comes with written instructions, a list of supplies that we used, and then the color combo that I used for the inking in the back. You'll see when we do it, but I do have that listed in the instructions, but I did forget to list it back here. So anyway, so we will go ahead and get started. We're going to start with this card here, the Hello Thinking of You. And let's see, we're actually going to just start with this embossed piece here. We're going to stick that down to our white card base, and you can use wet glue or runner or foam if you choose. And then that just gets centered, so you'll have a white border. Okay. And then you're going to have 2 pieces, 2 arches, and we're going to put the white over the purple so you won't see where we cut the flowers, and then we're going to place that in the center. And I didn't pop any of this up, so I'm just going to glue it straight down. And so now we're going to build up our umbrella. So actually quickly, so I don't lose these pieces, before we do that, you have a silver hello die and a vellum shadow, so you're going to glue the hello onto the shadow. So I'm going to use some wet glue for that. Alright, so I'm just going to set that off to the side. You should have this sentiment strip too. I'm just going to keep those together, and then we are going to work on our umbrella. So first I'm just going to reach in and grab out this long umbrella die before I open the rest of it. So really what we need right now are these 3 pieces, and I'm going to use some small foam squares as well. So I'm going to start with this long handle, and this is the top of your umbrella. So I'm going to glue the handle to the back of the umbrella so that it looks like this. So I'm just gonna, just below that little notch there, that's actually the top, just put a little glue, and I'm gonna put it, center it on there, just like so. And then you have this piece, so I'm going to try to hold it up here, and I hope that you can see that there are like embossed lines. So I kind of called these in the instructions, they remind me of bat wings, so you want those on the bottom, and then you can see there's lines here. So this is the bottom of your umbrella, and this top piece is going to go on top, and those embossed lines, which are here, are going to match up with the bottom of that umbrella. So when you lay it on there, it will look, whoops, it's sticking to me. It will look like that. Now you can glue it flat if you want to, but I'm going to add some dimension and really give that illusion of an umbrella. So I'm going to take these small foam squares, and I'm going to put 2 here. And I'm avoiding the middle because that's where you don't really have to avoid the middle because it's glued on there, but and then I'm going to stick it like so. So I'm just going to pull those off. So I put the foam squares on the front where you can see the embossed lines, and then I'm going to lay this on top of the foam. Get it lined up. And now you have your cute little umbrella. And so let's go ahead and dump out the rest of our little pieces in your bag. And I'm going to dig out the yellow handle and the pieces, they kind of look like cheese to me, that are going to go on top to give this polka dot umbrella look. Okay, so we'll start with this. I'm going to glue this onto the silver handle. And then these pieces just get centered. There are embossed lines here as well. Just center those on there. And this one will go on that side. Alright, so whoops, I'm going to put a little more glue there. It's not sticking on the edge. Alright, so there's the umbrella. And then we're going to take it, turn it upside down, and we're going to lay it on top like so. So I like to just go in and tuck a couple more of those foam squares on this portion on the back, and that will keep it all level. I'm not going to add any on this portion because that would change the dimension. We just want it to all be the same. And so what I'm going to do, whoops, one more thing. I'm going to take a large foam square and I'm going to cut 2 thin strips out of it, or if you have thin foam strips. But I'm going to put them on my handle because I want it to be the same height as my umbrella. You don't have to do this. I'm going to cut this down a little bit. You could just glue it flat if you wanted to. So I'll pull off the backing and I'll add some glue to this portion of the umbrella. Pick it up here, and I'm gonna have mine going slightly to the left, just like so. And now we are going to build up our flowers, and then we'll finish putting it together. So let's find you have 2 stems, kind of look like tulips, and then you should have 2 yellow teardrops. And so the teardrops go behind those tulip-like stems. So I'm just going to lay them right on top, like so. They're kind of like little buds starting. So there's those. And then you should have this greenery piece here with the 1, 2, 3 stems. And then you should have 3 of these purple flowers that look like this. And I'm going to put glue on this bottom portion here. Kind of looks like a cone flower to me this way. I'm going to put a dot of glue on that piece. And then it goes behind. I'll lift that up so you can see, like so. So you're going to do all 3 like that. Right, so there's that. And then you should have 4 flowers. And all these florals and greenery pieces are from the Umbrella Bloom die as well. So that's kind of a bonus. So you should have these white flower centers. You're gonna have more than enough. I think you have 6 flower centers, but you just need 4. So you have some extra. And then get where is my jewel picker? Where it is? Get my jewel picker, and then I'm gonna put those in the center, so you can really pick here which ones you want. Toss these other 2. And now we are ready to build up our cards. So I'm pretty sure, I'm just going to kind of lay them out and then we'll glue them down. But I'm pretty sure I have one here and one here. And you may need to trim down depending on where your foam squares are. And then I have this one tucked down in there. I'm going to go ahead and glue because I think those are where I want them. And like if you can't get that to tuck in where you want, you could always trim it, which is what I'm going to do. Okay. And then we have both of these guys coming out of here. I'm going to trim those down a little bit too. Like so. And you can use foam anywhere that you'd like to. I have this flower tucked inside the umbrella. I have the smaller one of the 2 that looks like that, and it's kind of back here. And then I've got one right in there. I'm just going to glue it right to the front. And this one is going to go here with these 2 flowers behind it. So I don't want to cover up too much of that. We'll slide it over. There we go. And I'm going to tuck this one in behind. All right, so there is the floral bits inside our umbrella. And so we're going to finish with our sentiment. So the hello is just going to come up here. We're going to glue that straight down, but I did put the thinking of you on foam. So we get a strip here. So I think, let's see, and that is going to go kind of over. So we'll glue this down first, and I'm going to just try to hide that adhesive behind the vellum or behind the silver so it doesn't show up. little block on that to hold that down for a moment. Pull off the backing of that. And then that is just going to sit right like so. Make sure it's straight. All right. And that card is completed. Okay, our next card is Thinking of You. You can't have a rainbow without a little rain. Lots of little bits in this one. But we are actually going to shove all this to the side for a moment, and we are going to get that rainbow background on the back of our card base. So make sure it's opening the right way. And then I use Distress Oxide inks, and so I'm going to hold up the inks that I use so that you can see. I've got Fired Brick, Spiced Marmalade, Fossilized Amber, Mowed Lawn, Peacock Feathers, Chipped Sapphire, and Dusty Concord. And I'm just going to take ink daubers and kind of do lines of colors, strips of colors that blend together. We only need to go down about a little more than halfway, at least on the ends, so that this rainbow shows up behind. So I'm going to start in the middle. I have 7 colors that I want to fit on there, and so that I evenly get it the way I want it, I'm going to start with the center color, which is actually the Mowed Lawn. And I'm just going to ink up my dauber and just start in the center. I'm going to find the center of my card here. And just going to do a nice heavy line. And this, if you'll remember, we don't need to go down that far. Okay. And then I'm going to work my way out. So I'm going to go this way and then that way. So next is Peacock Feathers. And so I can go back with that green and kind of blend those 2 colors together. And you can just keep going back and forth till you're happy. And then I'm going to go in with the Chipped Sapphire. Okay. And then the Dusty Concord. And these 2 colors on the ends are the ones we need to make sure. So you can bring your thing in as a guide, and I've got plenty there. That blended out the way you want it. And then I'm going to move over. We're going to do the Fossilized Amber. Oops. Bit of green, make sure those are blended good. All right, and then Spiced Marmalade. And a lot of colors, 7 colors here. And then I'm going to finish with the fired brick. Just make sure I went down far enough. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to lay that over there and see if I'm happy. I don't like the, I'm going to go back in with just a little bit more yellow. I feel like it's gotten lost. And I don't want to contaminate my yellow. There's some scratch paper here. I'm just going to, and I'll just, I like that a little bit better. Here we go. All right, so then you're just going to glue this piece onto here straight down. All right, so now that that part's done, I'm going to set that off to the side, and we are going to put together our umbrella. So it's going to be a lot like the last time. We're going to glue that, the straight piece to the back of the top rounded piece. We're going to put foam squares on the top of this. And then we're going to stick the top onto the bottom. Lining up with that, the ends here and the score lines. And then you've got your little umbrella, and then we have a rainbow umbrella. So you're going to find all those pieces, and I recommend starting right in the middle with this green and then working your way out so that everything's evenly spaced. If you start over here and you don't leave enough, then your whole thing's going to be off center. So that's just a recommendation, but you can do it however you want. I'm going to put that right in the center. And then this yellow is going to go on that side, and I have mine touching. You could certainly leave white in the middle if you wanted. But I'm going to have them touch so that you have that similar white border. And then I need blue. It's going to go right there. Okay, and then the dark blue and the purple. And actually on those I usually like to start with the outside piece, but that's okay. We're using wet glue. We got a little bit of wiggle room. Grab the red. I hope I'm on camera here. Whoops. My bad if I wasn't. Sorry about that. So I'm going to start with the outside piece this time so I can get that spacing the way I want it around the edge. And then we'll tuck that orange in behind, or right next to it. Alright, so there is our cute little umbrella, and we're going to glue him down just where these little, like it's hitting the umbrella and splashing off. So that's kind of your guide for where it goes. The wet glue on that portion, and stick down my umbrella. Whoops. And you should have a white handle, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Okay. And we will do I'm going to start with this piece here. So I'm going to glue the You Can't Have Rainbow Without a Little Rain to the yellow. And I have a little yellow border of color. And then I'm going to put foam on the back, on the two sides. I don't want to push down my handle. So pull off the backing. And I'm going to place this centered so it's just above the handle. And then I'll go in, I'm going to put foam same way, and it's going to fit right like so. Pull off the backing of those little pieces and let's stick that on centered. And I'm going to have mine slightly overlapping that yellow. Alright, so there's that. And then our final step are these flowers here. And we kind of just have them in rainbow order across the bottom. There is no green because you have the greenery. So something however it looks good to you. I did pop up, I think I popped up the orange, so I'm going to go ahead and, well, you know what, before I do that, let me do this. Then you have greenery, so you can see that I just have little pieces. You could certainly, if you wanted, tuck in the bigger pieces and use them that way if you wanted. What I did is cut them down and use the leaves individually. So like on this one, I'm going to cut it here so I have 3, and I'm going to use that here on this purple. So now my purple flower has 3 leaves. And then let's see, I'm going to use this bottom portion with just 2. I'm going to use that on this orange one. So. On see if I can make that. I think I had to cut them separately if I remember right. So I'm going to trim all those leaves apart. I'm going to glue the little one on top of the big one, like so, and then like that. And that's that. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. And this one I popped up, so I'm going to put foam behind that. I don't want to see it though. Okay. Yellow. Use like this. So I just pieced them. I'm pretty sure I may have just used one of those, these leafy ones, but I gave you more so you had more options. This blue one just has 1. And that is also popped up. So, and then we have this one here. So you can choose, I think I might do 2 since I have them. We'll just save this for something else. So I'll cut those 2 off. I'm going to do it kind of like I did that red one. And there's that. glue these final ones down. I gotta glue this one down, I couldn't remember. Okay, so I've got all my flowers. We're almost done with this card. We're just gonna finish off the flower centers. So instead of using the centers, I just use some glitter and glue. So I'm just gonna put dots in the center of those flowers. And then I'm gonna use some Hero Arts Prisma glitter. I want to make sure I get a good coat on top of that glue, and then we don't want to touch it while it's drying. Oops, I got a little too aggressive with that. Let's see if I can fix that. There we go, looks a little bit better. It more resembles a circle now. I thought about putting glitter in behind some of these, which I'm going to, why not? These little splashes here, so you could fill them. In class, we talked about using glossy accents would be fun. I'm just gonna put a little glue, and then that color will shine through once this glitter dries. Just to add a little shine. You could certainly use glitter paper behind it, would be fun too. So put some there, add some extra shine, because once you glitter you can't stop. So then once that dries, that will dry clear, and you won't see my messy glue work. All right, that card is completed. We have one final card, which is the thinking of you, sorry you're feeling under the weather. So you do have some tiny gems in here, so you don't want to, I'm just going to leave that one in the bag. Went until I need it. You should have 3. And I'm going to put aside all these little pieces, and we'll just assemble this base of our card. So we're going to put down the blue cardstock. Blue cardstock onto the white card base. And then you have this white raindrop embossed paper, and that is going to go down centered as well. So now we're going to put together our umbrella, much like we did the other ones before. This time it's not just white. This is the blue bottom. So this is where we're going to put the foam. And this time we have a gold top and this die cut stripe piece. So I'm going to put the stripe piece down first. And then this time you have a gold backer for your umbrella. And you should have on your post-it, now I'm seeing a post-it without my little piece on. Oh, it flipped off. Here it is. So you have this little piece like this. It kind of looks like a bottle nipple or a golf tee. I don't know. But it's the top of your umbrella. So if you want the tip of your umbrella to match your handle, this cuts that out. On the other two, we just left it silver. This time we're going to have it coordinate. So I'm going to go ahead and put on the handle and the tip. And you could certainly leave it all silver too if you wanted. Or gold. This one's gold. Whatever color you make it. And now I'm going to glue that piece to the back. All right, and I'll take off the foam and put on the top. So there's that. And he is going to go right in the center. I'm going to also pop up the handle again. I'm going to put a couple squares on the back. And glue. All right. Right in the center of our card. Because it's so embossed, I'm just going to hold it down, make sure it gets a good stick. All right, and then we're going to pop up our handle. So some foam on the ends. I'm just trying to avoid, I don't want to push down my handle. I'm going to stick that right in the center. And then the same with the thinking of you. Okay, I've got the backing removed off my sentiment here, and I'm just going to center that over. There we go, thinking of you. And then we're going to finish off with the flowers. So you should have 3 of them. And you have 2 leaves. And then you have those gems. And I apologize if you can hear like drilling. We have construction that's going on next door and will be for probably the next 1.5 years. So that's fun. All right, so we've got our 3 gems as well. We've got our 3 gems as well. So I am going to make my little flower cluster. So start here. I kind of got it. And I'm really just coming right here on the top where it is in the center. And then this other one. And you could certainly tuck in a foam. I might try to tuck one in. I don't know if I need to cut it down, but I'm going to try so that those leaves stay popped up. Like so. There we go. And then I'm missing a flower. There it is. So I got my little one down here. I think I just glued it to that leaf. This one here, and the other one also glued to the leaf. Going to hold those down. I can tell that these are not glued down very well on this one either. So there's that, and then I'm going to finish them off with a gem in the center of each one. I have 2 smaller gems, those in the smaller flowers, and a larger one. And that card is complete, and so is this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in a kit, you can head over to our website, www.frommomentstomilstones.com, and you can look up card kits here. This is the Spellbinders Umbrella Bloom. Have a great day.